Hi YouTube, I am back. It's me, Nikki, from Nikki Loves Lux. And today's video, I have a very small item or two to show you. And I have a big question for all of you guys out there. And it's about hype. Do you fall for hype? Or are you the type of person that says, no, Mr. Louis Vuitton and Murakami, I don't need to buy any of your products? Or are you like me, where you're maybe more attracted to Coach hype? Well, that's a question that I'm going to be answering today as I show you the latest purchase that I've made from the Coach UK website. So let's crack on. So you're probably thinking, what is the latest Coach hype item? Now, if you watch my last video, you would see me unboxing this beauty. And look, I've put a little bagpipe charm on her at the side from Anthropologie. I thought she goes beautifully. And this bag is even better than I possibly could have imagined. And falling for the hype of this tabby is one thing. But what if I've fallen for the hype of something else? So Coach has been on my radar for many, many years. My first Coach bag was, believe it or not, purchased in New York in, well, I'll get it wrong, Macy's in Herald Square. This was back when Macy's was really busy in Herald Square. It was my very first trip to New York, and I bought a beautiful purple bag that I can't even tell you the name of. I don't own her anymore. I've since sold her, and ever since then I've believed in Coach's style, quality and price. And that's what hooked a lot of people in those days. Now Coach seems to be extremely viral. It's doing tours of US universities, talking about the tabby and doing like tabby bookmarks, which I think is really, really cool. Have I given you a clue? Maybe I have. Who knows? I'm not, one, I'm not in the US, and two, I'm not at college. So it can't be either of those two items. But I've got two items in this box, and you're probably now going, I think I know what's in there, Nikki, so I'm going to show you. And then you can tell me, do you think I fell for the hype? So, oh my God, I can't believe they're both in dust bags. Wow, that's not what I expected. Great box, really, like, ordered and delivered, I have to say, this time from Coach, exceptionally quickly. Now, for a while, they did have problems, certainly in the UK, before they went stratospheric with orders, and like there was a whole debacle I had trying to buy one bag that took me 9 attempts previously because they kept cancelling the order. And every time they cancelled, I'd go through to customer service. They would reassure me it was in stock, let me order it again, and then I would get the cancelled email again 3 days later. So I definitely have Coach fear when I order something that it's about to get that cancellation email, and I'm sure some of you guys in the US have suffered from this. But anyway, let's look at item number 1. It's quite cute, isn't it? Oh, can you see what it is yet? I'm going to remove the packaging, I would say, is very good. Oh, this is just dreamy. I love this. So, if you guessed that I had bought a Coach book charm from my bag, you'd be correct. Now, what I love about this one is this is an actual Coach book. So it's got your like creed inside. If I go further than that and into the pages, you've got your horse and cart at the bottom of the pages. And it's got the iconic horse and carriage was Coach's first house logo right at the very front. And then after that, it's got a load of blank pages, but you've got like every so often, you've got another little quote. This one says, the Coach hang tag has been a brand hero since the 1970s. So that's giving you some interesting facts about Coach. Another one is the Coach's first head designer, Bonnie Cashin. I've heard a lot about her from Autumn Beckman's channel. Introduced the iconic Turnlock, first featured in a Coach bag in 1964. So for me, when I saw that they had a book charm called Solid Brass Turnlock and Buckles, I absolutely could not say no to this item. I just thought it was incredibly kitsch and also incredibly historic. Now, let's try it on this bag. If you bear with me a little sec. And I think because of this one, you'll probably guess the next item. Oh my God. Oh my God, that looks absolutely brilliant. Doesn't it look? Oh, that is just beautiful. Oh my word. I cannot believe how fabulous this is. Now, these hang tags came out, they were released this week in the UK. I literally signed up and said, please notify me, Coach God. I am praying that I can get myself one of these. So when I saw that one, I couldn't say no. The quality of it just feels absolutely sensational. On the back page, it has this: your craft, your story. This miniature notebook is crafted with leather expertise that dates back to 1941, edge painted by hand. It comes filled with blank pages designed for new stories. That's what I love about this. A small symbol of our heritage. It's made to inspire creativity, spark new ideas. Is that not kind of like inspire creativity? Or simply accompany you wherever you go, hang it on your bag and explore your story. I think this is genius marketing gold from Coach. So that's the first item that I've got. I'm guessing that you're going to guess the second one now, which is definitely bigger, and there's a reason for that. So again, it comes in its own dust bag. I'm trying not to let you see too much of this so far. I'm just going to have to take this stuff off and hide it from you just now. This one is definitely a bit bigger, and oh my word, it's even cuter. Now this is quite the novel, because yes, I got Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen as my Coach book tote charm. Now, in the UK, we had a choice of two, which I'm sure the other one was I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings by Maya Angelou, which is an absolutely incredible book. If you've not read it, I would recommend that you do. You won't be disappointed. But the one that really spoke to me was Sense and Sensibility, perhaps because it's Jane Austen, perhaps I love love. Who knows what the reasoning behind this is, and let me show you inside. Yes, the cutest thing ever is that it's an actual book that you can read. Yes, I would definitely need my glasses on to read this. I might even need to borrow my mother-in-law's magnifying glass with light. But what I love is that it's even got the design of the book. It's got the publishing details that you would have normally in a print book. And it has it in volumes as well. So it literally starts at volume 1. And on the back, I mean, I do think the design of this one is what's absolutely sensational. It says, to wish was to hope, and to hope was to expect. An absolutely great quote. You obviously have Coach down the middle here, and you also have this massive tag, which is obviously linked to Coach's partnership with Penguin Random House. So it says, in partnership with Penguin Random House, Coach introduces a unique collection of fully readable micro book bag charms, celebrating the power of storytelling and platforming voices of courageous self-expression. And I think to me that really will absolutely ring true with the younger generation of women and men, I would say, who are rushing out in their droves to purchase Coach products. And let's be frank, there's a lot of reasons why. They probably think people of my generation who have spent a lot of money on Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, any of those big designers, they probably think we're throwing our money away. And maybe to a certain extent, these guys are actually correct. Maybe they're not. I'll leave you to kind of come up with what your view of is on this. But to me, I love the fact that Coach are celebrating reading, celebrating stories, celebrating creating your own story and the power of storytelling. And I think that's become evident from the generation, certainly the generation after mine. And I applaud you, ladies and gents, for doing that. I think it's vitally important that we tell our stories, but also that we're able to read our stories as well, because there's so many stories out there. They tell completely different messages than maybe we thought they were when we were younger. I certainly know that opinions change as you grow with time and experience, but good literature is literally good literature. Also, who thought it would be one of the hottest fashion trends for the year? Well, me, as soon as I seen it. Now, what I would say is, this is certainly a lot heftier. You'd need to be really sure about what you're carrying about with me. And let me hide that charm. I think it's important that you can see what it looks like. Is it pretty? Yes. Is it literature? Yes. Is it something that's going to be popular forever? No. And that's what makes it viral. And the real question here is whether you fall for viral trends or whether you just purchase viral items because they are 100% for you and they speak to you, like this trend has spoken to me very, very clearly. It's reminded me to not be afraid to tell my story. It's reminded me that YouTube gives me a great amount of creativity and lets me put my point across to so many people. And for that, I think it's incredibly important that I've listened to this viral trend and that I've jumped on it with both feet and just jumped straight into that latest viral trend from Coach. Obviously, you guys who've been on my channel for a while will know that I am a fan of Coach anyway, and I certainly have some viral Coach items. Like I have the original Coach Empire. I love it still to this day. It is beautiful. It's durable. It fits so much. It's so practical. I also have the Coach Kisslock bag, the smaller one. Obviously, both of mine are kind of similar-ish colour. I think they're both in maple. Is that the colour? I might have got that colour wrong, but the colour it is very similar, I would say, to this, which is black currant. But for me, what I'm enjoying about Coach is actually the story they're telling now. And that's a story of evolution, a story of not being afraid to tell its story out there to the world and to talk about the history of Coach within that little book bag charm. And for me, I want to use that book bag charm to actually maybe document some of my story with Coach, or even document some of my life experiences or whatever they may be. Now, on the subject of viral and speaking, I went to the most incredible event at work last week, and it was badged under Creating Positive Spaces for Women. And this is a friendship bracelet I was given there, and I don't know if you could read it properly, but that friendship bracelet says powerful. And this is what I was greeted with the minute I walked in the door. And it's quite possibly one of the best work events I've been to in my professional career. And what made it so powerful for me was sitting and listening to other women talking about challenges they've had in the workplace. And quite a lot of those challenges, those ladies admitted, they created themselves in thinking they couldn't go after X job because they had children to bring up, other priorities in life, etc., etc., and because they just didn't think they were good enough. And that to me also ties in with this Coach piece as well, because if that's about telling my story, if my story from that event is that I'm powerful, then I want to make sure I'm spreading those words out there to other people as well, because we all have great power and we all have a great ability to be able to share our stories and share things that we'll enjoy from our creativity perspective, and just really share stories of things that maybe even sometimes just make us smile. And making us smile can be the most simple thing. And I really want to encourage any of you guys that are listening in today to not be afraid to do that. And also don't be afraid to jump on that viral trend. Yes, they're viral for a reason, but just maybe pause and think about, is this the right thing for you? Or is it going to be a labubu that you've bought that you maybe don't even look at anymore? And for me, it feels powerful, and it feels like I've done something really good by buying the book charm, because that book charm is going to continue to tell my story and the story of my evolution as I continue to grow and develop. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you have not come across as preachy or anything else. I just really felt quite strongly about this as a viral item, and also about talking about women and women's power, because in the words of my husband, women don't realise the power they already have over men. And I found that a really interesting quote from him. And he is an advocate for women and women's rights and everything else. But he's never felt the need to shout about it. He's just always been that guy. And I'm very, very lucky that I am married to someone who, and let's be honest, I wouldn't be married to him if he wasn't like that, because to me, you gel with people who have similar values and beliefs as you, and to know that he's one of the biggest advocates for women in the workplace. He's also, throughout his life, got on better with women than men. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think that, he knows how to talk to women. And maybe that's why he knows that the power that women have. And maybe, as a group, we should just actually join forces and make things even better. I want to say a massive thank you for joining today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you want to come back to my channel in the future. If you are new here today, welcome. Feel free to join us on this little journey that I'm having on YouTube. It may be small, but it's mighty, it's powerful. And yeah, it just feels like a really happy place. But thanks so much for watching today. Take care, everyone. Bye now.